and welcome back to the Modern Sense Minute. So, I wanted to start today by asking you to do a little time travel with me. Think back to early 2021. We were right in the thick of it. COVID was everywhere. The world felt like it was shifting under our feet every single day, and nobody really knew what the new normal was going to look like. Back then, if you had sat down with me and tried to map out exactly where you'd be today in 2026, what are the odds that you would have actually nailed it? Probably zero, right? Because we couldn't have predicted a global shutdown, let alone where our lives would land 5 years later. And yet, we put so much pressure on ourselves to have this perfect plan. I've been thinking about this a lot because honestly, it's been a really heavy week with meetings. I've had back-to-back meetings with clients where the plan just didn't work. It hit speed bumps, or basically their planning felt like it ended. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that nobody likes to put in a spreadsheet. I sat down with someone who's dealing with a major health change that came out of nowhere. I sat down with another client navigating a relationship breakdown they never saw coming. And then there's so much career stuff as well, stable jobs that are now not feeling stable amidst the world of AI, or career changes or being phased out early from careers. When you're in those meetings with me, the first thing that people usually feel is a sense of failure, like somehow I didn't plan well enough, or that I'm going to judge them for things that have happened in their life. But here's the truth: you didn't fail, just life moves and your planning needs to move with it. And that's why we have to stop doing static planning, which is, doing planning once, putting it in a drawer, and then it just really loses its potency. It just sits there gathering dust. We really need to start being adaptive. So think of it like this: a static plan is a map of a road that may not even exist anymore. Adaptive planning is more like a compass. It tells you, where you're going, which way is north, even when you're forced to take a detour. Are we mostly going in the right direction? And what are the things that we can do to reorient ourselves when we hit those life speed bumps? When I'm sitting down with people and we're staring at a life that just changed overnight, here's what we really need to actually look at. The first thing is to find some breathing room. We are so taught to plan our finances down to the last penny, but you need margin. You need breathing room, not just for the bills, but for the mental space to put your finances aside for a minute when things go sideways. The second thing we want to look at is the why instead of the how. And this is the big one. Maybe your original plan for retirement or a big life milestone is off the table because your circumstances changed. And that's a really hard reality to face. But why was that the goal to begin with? Was it for freedom, for family? What was the purpose that you were finding in that original plan? And if we know what that core purpose was, then we can talk about finding a new way or a new purpose that fits the way that your life is now. So, kind of redefining what is valuable to you given your circumstances at this phase of your life. The third thing that I want to bring up is the normal check in. So, we have to stop waiting for a crisis to update our financial planning. It's obviously important to look at things in crisis. But if we're checking in when things are just boring and normal, then we are going to be a lot more steady and face true north, and going back to that compass analogy, when things do go a bit crazy. What I really want to stress here is that financial planning isn't just done acutely, but it's done proactively. At the end of the day, you can't control anything. You can't control your boss, the economy. You definitely can't control the way the world turns, but you can control how you move through it. If your life today looks nothing like the version of future you that you imagined in 2021, like, join the club. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up over a plan that didn't account for reality. We don't need to go back and fix the past. We just need to build something that adapts and works for who you are today. So, thanks for hanging out with me for this Modern Sense Minute. If you're feeling like your current plan belongs to a person that you don't even recognize, let's talk. In the meantime, I'll see you next week.